Let's say they don't have a lot of resources. Okay. Let's say they don't have health insurance. They don't have money to go see a counselor. They don't want to do it. Maybe they're, some people just don't want to do that. What are some things that these people can do? Is there any practices or tools or something that people can do on their own? Like when I'm thinking, and let me tell you what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking of several people I'm talking with right now. I literally am talking to hundreds of people right now. So I'm thinking of some of these people, and I'm thinking of this a young lady that I know who lost her father. She's dealing with I don't know exactly, but I imagine she's dealing with a lot of pain, and the house is there, and it's like doesn't want to deal with it, doesn't really, just kind of putting it off, and going through all these things. What can people do to kind of help get their mind right and be mentally healthy? And like you were saying, like, the mind in this process, it's not quite processing to its optimal,
Right.
ability, I guess we could say. So what can we do to kind of help calibrate a little bit more? What do you think?
Yeah. So, aside from seeking the help of a professional, because you said it sounds like in your scenario that's not, resources are unavailable or people aren't comfortable with that, which is totally fine. It does happen. There's actually quite a lot of low cost or free things that people can do. There are a myriad of stress management practices that are easy to learn, immediately applicable, that will help kind of keep your nervous system regulated, which can help reduce some of the byproducts of stress, like poor quality sleep, headaches, stomach aches, the kinds of things that can happen when people are carrying around chronic high levels of stress. So, mindfulness practices, different meditation practices, different breathing practices. These are all, again, on the Calm app, or you can go to YouTube. I provided you with a list of resources, which I believe you're going to post.
We'll put that on the show notes for sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do to regulate your physiology, because stress resides in the physiology, and that will help, with some mental clarity when you can get your body regulated a little bit more, especially if things are impinging on sleep, because sleep also has a direct impact on your ability to be mentally clear. Anybody who has, had any brief periods of insomnia can tell you, you get mentally real wacky when you're not sleeping well.
Yeah.
So regulating your physiology, making sure you're getting good quality sleep. Support groups are fabulous, and there are many for grief that are free. And there also are many that are not only free and accessible online, but are specific to your situation. So, for example, the client you mentioned, she could locate one that's for loss of a parent, because that's a different type of grief than loss of a child or loss of a sibling. They even have groups that are specific if you've lost someone through suicide, because again, that has a little bit of a different feel than somebody who passed away of a heart attack. So support groups, I think, are fantastic, and many of them are free and easily accessible. There are some great books that have been written on the grief process. There's one called the Grief Workbook, which is widely used, sort of an industry standard, and it is a workbook, and you can work through the workbook, and it will sort of give you a lot of information and some exercises to process some of what is going on and reorganize your mind around this new reality of not having that person available. Limit your alcohol intake. That's really important. People don't like to hear this, but alcohol destabilizes the nervous system. So it can be, if you're using alcohol to excess, which would be more than 2 drinks a day for a female, more than 3 drinks a day for a male, it's going to make it harder to manage the stress of the situation, because it makes your nervous system a little unstable. So, some good healthy health habits: getting good sleep, not drinking too much, exercising, spending time out in nature is very regulating for the nervous system. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to help yourself stay calm, mitigate some of the impact of stress, and then reach out and find support from people who have gone through similar experiences or are going through similar experiences, can help you feel less alone and feel more supported.